Hey there, I'm coming to you from the patio this afternoon. I'm going to talk a little bit about raised dog feeders, raised dog bowl feeders. This is one I made. I know there's a lot of controversy about raised feeders, but they are recommended for many circumstances. A few years ago, I ended up having a dog that had cancer, and she was having a really hard time eating, and so it was suggested to me to get her a raised feeder. I also have a 16-year-old English setter, and I saw that it was hard for him to reach all the way down to the floor and try to eat. So getting a raised bowl just so that it's below his head level is a really good thing that helps him not be so uncomfortable when he's eating. I went shopping for raised feeders, and if you're going to be doing a raised feeder for your dog, you want to make sure it's the right height for them. Doesn't need to be right up against their mouth. It needs to be in the middle of their chest. So you probably want to measure from the floor to their mouth, and then subtract 3 to 6 inches depending. So they're still eating at a slope, but it's not quite so far for them to bend down. A little bit easier on their shoulders and their neck in that respect. So with that being said, I went looking to find a raised feeder, and most of them come two together. That doesn't work for me. I have 4 dogs. They all eat separately. I needed 4 separate feeders for one for each of them. And those could range anywhere in price from 30 to 70 bucks. I was not going to pay 30 to 70 bucks for 4 feeders for these dogs. And besides that, I wanted my own height. I needed to have it specifically for their height so that they were not all eating out of the wrong size of feeder. So I made my own. I went to the dollar store and I got 4 buckets like this. It's a bucket. You can see it's got the little handles on the top. They were $1 a piece, and I cut them out to fit the bowls, and voila, the bowl fits in the top of them. I've got one here I was just going to make real quick while we're talking. So you can do these for $1 if you go ahead and go to the dollar store and get the right size, or you can do it for free. This is a package of Whimsies that the dogs ate. It's a little plastic container. I took the handle off of it, and it would be for a smaller dog, for a shorter dog, possibly, that you'd want to use something like this for. This is how I made it. I set the bowl on top. I'm going to angle this down so we can see. Set the bowl on top. Made a circle around the outside of the bowls in the center of the box. And you don't want you want the bowl to sit in it, not on top of it, so it's got to be a little bit recessed, but not too much, because you don't want the bowl to fall through or be wonky in it. Then I just took a knife and kind of scored it where I want it to go around the black mark that I made, all the way around. Pair of scissors. And these are not all that sharp, so so like this bowl could be good for possibly a border collie, or which I have one of, or smaller dog. The larger one is for the taller dogs. The English setters are about 22 inches at the shoulder, so this is a little bit taller. It's about 8 inches. Like I said, if you're going to make one of these, be sure you measure your dog and get an appropriate size container to make your holder out of. And there we have it. The dish fits nicely on top. It's not too loose. It's not going to slide around. And that's it. Plain and simple. If you like this video and this was helpful, please go on and hit the subscribe button at the bottom and like the video so that others can see this great idea about building your own raised dog food dish for less than $1. Thanks, and we'll have more tips for you in days to come. Have a good day.